Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Brogan, and I am with Mike.
Hello.
Today is a very special stream because we are actually doing a dedicated stream to Kunji Finance, a very interesting platform which we're having a look at today. Do you kind of want to go through it? What we're going to be looking at?
Absolutely. So today we're going to take a bit of a deep dive into Kunji Finance. As you know, if you watch Crypto Warehouse for a fairly long time, you'll know that we are neutral. We try and look at everything and take a deep dive into the actual workings of every project. So what we're going to go through today is Brogan is going to go through the website first of all. What is it? What is Kunji Finance? After we've had a brief look at that, we're going to go on and take a look at the tokenomics. How many tokens are there? How are they distributed? What percentage founders have? What percentage are released to the market? After that, we're going to take a look at the white paper. That's going to give us a big insight into how this actually works. After that, and as importantly as the white paper, we're going to take a look at the revenue model. How is Kunji Finance going to make money? This, whenever you invest, it's vital to understand. After that, we're going to go through the roadmap. We're going to see where Kunji Finance is going to go in the future. We're going to take a look at the team. We're going to take a look at some of the team members, have a look at their LinkedIn profile, see what they've done in the past. Then we're going to have a look at the socials. What are they talking about on Twitter? And finally, how, as a Gate.io user, you can claim your Kunji Finance tokens, the KNJ tokens. So that's pretty much the stream in a nutshell. But before we begin, don't forget to give Crypto Warehouse a follow, give us a like, and make sure you stay up to date with the streams. We're on Gate.io probably 4 or 5 times a week now. If you're watching on YouTube, there is a link underneath the stream that takes you to Gate.io. So make sure that if you are on YouTube that you head over to Gate.io and check out the Kunji Finance launch page. So with all that being said, Brogan,
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to take a look at the website.
Yep.
And explain to people what is Kunji Finance.
Right, I'm just making sure everything's good on our end. I think we are. Okay, so let's go through the website firstly. So, decentralizing the power of active portfolio management. We aim to empower individual investors with access to active portfolio management backed by transparency, security, and community-led governance. We are dedicated to creating a decentralized platform where every investor has control over their investments and access to their expert-led risk-managed investment strategies. Join us in our quest to create a more accessible, equitable, and profitable investment experience. So, how does it work? So you connect your wallet, right? Fine. Invest directly from your crypto wallet. The custody of your funds at all times remains yours. You can exit or switch strategies anytime you wish. Very important that. When I read that, very impressed. Normally, a lot with portfolio management, when you put it into a strategy-based investment, it takes your money so it can be invested. But this one actually doesn't. You still have custody over your money. So select a strategy. Choose a strategy that best suits your investment goals and risk appetite. No lock-in period. Exit the strategy anytime to book your returns. Stake KNG to earn. Token holders who stake in pools corresponding to a strategy value vault will earn a revenue share from the vault apart from a yield as high as 100%. Very interesting that was.
Basically, if they stake their KNJ tokens,
Yep.
they actually receive a kickback from staking on the pools.
I believe how it works is that strategies are based in pools, and you stake in the pool in order to get. So they have their strategies which are already have invested into, and then they split the profits. We'll get into that in a bit, but they split the profits which go towards the people in the pools depending on how it goes. So yeah.
Wow.
So it's very, very interesting. So active strategies on Kunji. Arbitrage opportunities and balance strategy. Arbitrage opportunities and balance strategy seeks to generate optimal returns from the investors by capturing the arbitrage potential created due to price anomalies across spot and derivative markets without taking any directional exposure to the digital asset market as a whole. The second one is Top Cap Digital Asset Strategy. The Top Cap Digital Asset Strategy aims to invest mostly in the top 15 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. Digital Asset Manager DAM running the strategy aims to achieve optimal returns for investors through capital appreciation by using active trading methodologies in the spot and derivatives markets with predefined risk parameters. Alpha Blue Chip Focused Strategy. The Alpha Blue Chip Focused Strategy may comprise of investment and digital assets like DeFi and Metaverse tokens apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. DeFi and Metaverse may be key growth drivers in digital asset space and may likely remain an area of interest when it comes to investment opportunities.
So if I just interrupt you there to kind of go through that. So the arbitrage strategy basically allows you to buy and sell tokens across multiple platforms to take advantage of the change in price.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy, kind of like the Voldemort in crypto, the FTX man himself, he made his money off this strategy. He saw a price anomaly between two exchanges. I think it was somewhere in Japan and US, wherever it was, and he used that strategy to buy cheaper on one exchange, pour it over, and sell on another.
Yeah, I've seen that one before. The Top Cap for me is the one that looks the least risky.
Yeah, I mean, they've got risk ratings. They've got risk high and risk low over here, but, it is also based on opinion.
Yeah, and then, of course, the Alpha Blue Chip strategy, when you're talking about DeFi and Metaverse tokens, now is a good time to get into those tokens because we really are, the altcoin market's at the point now of capitulation.
Yeah.
Ben Cowan today was talking about the fact that we've now got to the altcoin reckoning. And what that means is he predicts that altcoins are going to go down maybe 20 or 30% from where they are.
Yeah.
So if you're going to put your money or your tokens into a strategy that has the biggest return, for me, I would look at something like the Alpha Blue Chip strategy because we all know that Bitcoin and everything else is going to do a 5 or 6x. But if you're looking at, Sand and Mana, and you're looking at the DeFi tokens, that's going to give you 10, 20, 30x in the bull run.
Yep.
So I think they're three very good, very diverse strategies.
Absolutely.
Sorry, carry on.
So going on to the features. So our features for you. Decentralized. Use of blockchain technology and smart contract to maintain a decentralized, secure, and transparent management of funds. Non-custodial. Users are in complete control of their funds at all times. Invest directly from your wallet and exit funds whenever you want. Truly community governed. Kunji community drives the direction and growth of the project. Learn about here. Yeah, we'll go into that in a bit. Vault staking. Asset managers using Kunji Finance will stake a minimum of 5 KNG tokens, each $100 of AUM. This protects principal amounts, aligns asset managers with the platform's goals, and secures investors.
Okay. On YouTube,
right?
Is Kunji Finance live? It isn't on CoinMarketCap. It is actually on CoinMarketCap, but there is no token value at the minute. We are in the midst of it going live. So as we speak, the token launch is being carried out on Gate.io. If you go underneath to the links, you'll see the first link there, which will take you to Gate.io and our live stream. And from there, you'll be able to go to the launch page.
Yep.
But thank you very much for the question. Now, is there anything else you want to cover on the website, or do you want to move on?
We've got a couple. I mean, we've got quite a bit. We've got quite other things to cover. I just want to go through the whole thing.
Okay, go through that. The other thing I want to mention is that you covered a second ago. This is governed by a DAO, isn't it? Decentralized. Organization. So this isn't going to be a centralized DeFi strategy, is it?
No.
This is going to be controlled by the DAO.
So no socialization on returns. Your returns, profit or loss, will never be shared with others and will be allocated only to you. So deployed on Arbitrum, Kunji uses Arbitrum's speed and cost efficiency to offer an excellent, efficient, economical user experience. It is ideal for validators and users like professional traders / asset managers who are transaction cost sensitive.
Perfect. Right. Okay, I'll let you carry on.
All right. Asset management process. Deploy the strategy to the trader vault. Asset managers can stake tokens for the principal coverage and earn the management fees. So it's built on Arbitrum layer, like we said. So it's integrated with GMX, Uniswap, and Kyber swap.
Yeah.
I believe.
Do you want me to
Sure.
explain to people what Arbitrum is? So Arbitrum is a very good layer 2 to use. Why? I believe, off the top of my head, Arbitrum is the biggest layer 2 in terms of TVL on the Ethereum network. It uses optimistic rollups. It's quick. It's fast. I think there's something in the region of actually 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 billion dollars locked up. So Arbitrum is a very, very good layer 2, and of course it sits on the king of layer 1s, which of course is Ethereum. So for me, building on Arbitrum makes perfect sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got.
Yeah, take it away.
I just want to say I don't want to say all these because we've kind of gone over it already. So why to invest? Principal cover through vault staking mechanism. Kunji offers predefined principal cover to users investing for full cycle. I'll say this one as well. Staking rewards. Stake KNG tokens to receive ST KNG tokens, granting voting and governance rights. Yep. Enjoy additional incentives in the form of high yields and revenue shares from the strategy vaults. Right. Yeah. Security. Yeah. You'd hope. The big community. Yeah. So that's the website.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think we've covered that off pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, quite a decent amount of information there. All pretty positive, in my opinion.
I'm just listening to the audio back now to make sure everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a bit of an echo or not. Hope not. But anyway, so
No, it sounds good.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'd like to do now, if it's okay with you, is go on and look at the tokenomics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because one of the big things for me is when projects launch, if they launch with a fraction of their tokens released, then there's going to be really high emissions in the future, which is not good for the project and for you as an investor. So what are the tokenomics of Kunji Finance?
Absolutely. All right. Tokenomics. Introduction. KNG is the native token of the Kunji Finance platform, and its supply is fixed at 100 million. KNG is designed as a utility token that performs various essential network functions. This documentation provides an overview of the KNG token and its various use cases and functionalities within the Kunji Finance ecosystem. Token details. Yeah, token name. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we've gone over that. Token emission. The emission of KNG token is directly tied up to the total value locked growth within the Kunji Finance platform. Right, so we've got 3 subheaders here. We've got use case.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and pick out some information from here when it loads. Okay.
What I'm trying to do now is I'm following you on YouTube so I can actually see what you're looking at as well, rather than sharing your screen.
Right. Okay. So I think this is kind of like the okay. So this is the kind of the protocol they go through. So KNG staked, principal cover, increase in the vault TVL, more revenue. Okay, it's the feedback loop, right? Okay, increase staking, increase principal cover, right? So it kind of goes this step, this step, this step, this step, and then these two go back into these two, right? Okay. KNG.
Yeah. I was about to say this is your typical feedback loop.
Oh,
that's it. Sorry.
I thought you were saying till feedback loop of this or the other. Right. KNG is the native token of the protocol and has been utilized for the principal cover. Principal cover has been established to compensate investors based on the amount of KNG staked and the maximum cover allowed for the vault. Negative returns after 1 year trigger the activation of compensation clause. At Kunji, the security of our investors' assets is our utmost priority. That's why we employ multiple measures to protect our investors' capital. The proprietary principal cover framework system guards against managers dealing irresponsibly with your capital. Asset managers must stake a minimum of 5 KNG for every $100 USD of AUM in the vault to protect investors' principal investment. Benefits of principal cover. Protects depositors' funds, protects your capital against irresponsible managers and behaviours, minimising volatility risks. Eligibility criteria for principal cover. Users should remain invested for more than 6 months in a row until the settlement date. If the user withdraws funds, he or she will not be eligible for principal cover. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So this is kind of like showing numerically example. So 5,000 KNG locked for a whole year with max protection of 30% of it. Okay.
So one thing this is going to do to the actual value of the token is the more KNG that's locked up, the higher the value will be, because on the open market there'll be a scarce supply or potentially a supply shock associated with the token.
Yeah. Chazby, I'm always here supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Looking through, let us know in chat. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think of Kunji in the comments. I do want to hear it. There's quite a lot of numbers here. So for the fact of we want to go through the entire, we kind of want to give an overview model. I'm not going to go through all this because it's pretty in depth. So we kind of want to give. There's quite a lot of information. So I don't want to go, spend 30 minutes on every single topic because we'll be in here forever.
Does it mention the total number of tokens that are unlocked at the beginning? So you've got a couple of charts there. Does that show you how many tokens there are available on day one, or what's locked up in the future?
It's got the allocation of tokens to where it goes. Right. Okay. Oops, got the wrong thing. It hasn't mentioned day one unlock as I've seen, but it's pretty interesting. So it's got an allocation base. So it's saying community has 40% total token allocation, which is 40 million.
Yeah.
10% for investors, 5% for strategic reserve, 3% for bug bounty. Okay, that's interesting. I'm glad they've actually thought about that. Ecosystem deployment of 10%, operational reserve 7%, team and marketing 25% for both.
So I'm looking at this now in front of me. So if you hold that on your screen for
the orange one,
okay, for a few minutes.
Right, scroll down, it's gone back up.
It's all right. It's so I can go through it really. What's important is that there's two things that are important. Number one, what percentage of the token is being given to the team, and what percentage of the token is being given to investors. And in this case, it's 30% of the total allocation is going to the team and the investors.
Yeah.
The next important thing to do with that is, when are those tokens being unlocked?
Yeah.
So the team tokens and the investors tokens, when are they going to be unlocked? Because that's going to put sell pressure on the token. Does it mention anywhere when they are going to be released? Does it say unlocked after 12 months or 24 months underneath?
No, I was just going towards the terms and conditions to see if it talked about what they're going to follow.
Okay. I mean, don't forget, 40% for the community is it's a decent it's a decent number.
Yeah. Dogs walked in. I hopefully might see that soon on when we go through the revenue etc. white paper.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
And the tokenomics are decent. The community is going to get 40%. Yeah. There's a big chunk allocated to marketing. There's a big chunk allocated to the bounty. So this looks like, it doesn't look like a rug pull. It looks like a solid project. And these prices, these allocations are fairly standard in the market. So why don't we move on to go through the white paper?
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Which I think is next.
Right, yeah, this is good.
So with the white paper, there's three parts to the white paper. We're going to look at the white paper, the revenue model, and then the roadmap. So just go through the intro to the white paper, see if anything stands out, and then we're going to go and look at the revenue model and the roadmap.
Okay, so hey, you crypto geeks, we heard you. Get a detailed understanding of our vision and working from here. Awesome. All right. Kunji Finance. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We have the briefing on the...
Well, we've got Kunji and Kunji, haven't we?
Hopefully. I'm not saying that too wrong. Say goodbye to centralized disasters. Imagine you were provided with a proven and rock-solid solution that salvages the bitter pain felt by crypto investors during the crashes of centralized crypto entities in 2022. An entirely new experience that democratizes access to actively managed strategies previously only available to high-net-worth individuals. This is done by leveraging decentralized primitives and distributed governance that is no longer opaque and functions in a non-custodial fashion. This unique solution addresses an average investor's concerns by eliminating any single point of failure, and offers a completely transparent and trustless system where code is the law. This is not just imagination. We've built it. It's called Kunji Finance. Very good. Very, very powerful opening. So, introduction. The future of finance lies in digital assets, but that's no longer news. What matters now is how safe it is to invest in professionally managed investment strategies without giving away the custody of your funds. With this vision, we are building Kunji Finance, a platform which functions in a transparent and trustless manner. Indeed, the rise of DeFi protocols has revolutionized the finance sector by providing a decentralized, transparent, and permissionless alternative to traditional centralized services. However, despite this progress, the crypto investment space still lacks a decentralized platform for actively managed asset management services with a seamless and easy investment option. This gap in the market has left investors searching for a better solution that balances transparency, trust, and performance. Kunji Finance is here to fill that gap by providing a decentralized asset management protocol that addresses the trust gap between asset management teams and investors in the DeFi space. With Kunji, you can access actively managed strategies with proven track record in a non-custodial fashion. Right, okay.
Which is the key. I mean, I'm obviously not going to mention competition on this stream, but in terms of the way that this is done, is that, you know, if you go back and you look at what Satoshi said, what's the one reason that project finance systems, they all fail because there's a central point of failure, and that central point of failure is the way that banks can over leverage themselves, financial institutions, pack of cards that comes crashing down. When you have a DAO, what you do is you hand over the keys to the decision-making process to the community. The only thing that you have to do when you do that is ensure that there isn't one whale who has so many shares within the project that they can control the direction of Kunji Finance. So in terms of what they're offering, it makes perfect sense to do it decentralized, perfect sense with a DAO. And for me, there isn't, I mean, you want decentralized finance, and because the reason that the institutions are going after decentralized finance is because it's the biggest threat. You know what I mean? It's like you've created a communal investment mechanism that takes the power out of their hands. So
I mean, in a lot of tech, I mean, you know, or I've learned about it, especially in like a lot about bottlenecking, especially within hardware. You know, it's a key problem which occurs in everything. And you know, if you have technology and if you use technology, you know, all the time in your business or in your operations, if you have a small amount of technology, you know, and this is why decentralization is a key component, and why this is so important. Is if you have centralized servers, maybe free servers, let's say, and everything's controlled within yourselves. You can have bottleneck. You can easily have and you know, it's not just technology. It can occur in management. When a business, you know, you learn about economies of scale. When a business becomes too big, communications can lack. And there's bottlenecking within there, depending on the speed of which you need to transfer information from, you know, higher ups to lower downs, etc. But within decentralization, when you have multiple nodes running the same like system, and when, you know, not every single one needs to confirm something, but when there's a shared power, you know, it's like having 1,000 servers. Like the likelihood of you having a bottleneck where each and every single server is going to have a problem with one thing, it's very rare. So, you know, with the performance and the confirmation of the fact that you know everything's going to work. And so on the technology side of it, but on the economic side of it, on the business management, you know, you actually are able to talk about, you know, what the community wants when the community is directly involved.
Exactly.
So this is really important, and I'm glad someone's actually gone and done it like Kunji has done.
Exactly. So where are we up to now? That's the white paper. Should we move on to the revenue model?
Yeah. Because there's a lot. I mean, you know, I urge everyone here to go look at them themselves. You know, the white paper on tokenomics, because you know, financial advice all the time. You know, it's not 100%. You don't want to listen 100% to somebody online. You want to do your own research. So
what I'll try and do is I'm going to try and paste the link to Kunji Finance into YouTube, but I believe I'm going to try and see if I can paste. No, we're not. We can't paste the link of the project into chat. But what I think I can post the Gate.io link into chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Have a look.
So because we don't, because if we went through every single word of every single information panel, we'd be here for like a few hours at least. So we don't want to do that. But we do urge each and every one of you who are interested to go look at it themselves, and we will get onto that in a bit, especially for Gate.io. But yeah, let's go on to revenue model. Don't want to dwell on everything too much. I've actually highlighted things here, so yeah.
So we're on the revenue model. I've already updated the menu. See? I'm with you.
You don't lack on Crypto Warehouse. All right, we're professionals. Do things the professional way.
And thank you to the person that's just followed us on Gate.io. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much.
I hope we can repay your faith in us, should we say. And if you have any questions about Kunji, KNG token, drop them into the chat. This is supposed to be a two-way stream. Anything you want to talk about with the project, that's why we're here.
If you didn't want to answer questions and have things live, we'd do a video. But we're here live, and
exactly.
Yeah, please do ask.
And what's my favourite motto? There are no stupid questions. There are only stupid answers. And we try to avoid giving them.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Do you want to move on now
so
to
we've got
talk about the revenue model?
Pie chart here. Fee structure. So asset management and pool participants 80%. Oh, I need to sneeze. Protocol 20%. Kunji Finance's revenue model aims to align incentives between all parties involved in the management and staking of the funds. The platform will deduct 25% of the total profit of the user generated in the strategy at the time of exit. Out of this 25% cut, 80% will be allocated to the asset manager, and the remaining 20% will go to the protocol. This ensures that the majority of the revenue goes directly to those actively involved in managing and staking the funds, fostering stronger motivation and dedication. Additionally, the protocol receives a portion of the fees to support its continued development and sustainability. Sounds very, completely reasonable. The majority of it should go to people directly involved, whether it be managing the funds in order to invest, or the people, putting their money into the vaults. But you do need to focus on trying to also, on the flip side, apply some money to the platform, because don't want it to run dry and fall under.
Absolutely.
I don't really think there's much else to say about that. I think we should just go to the roadmap. Unless you want to say something.
No, I mean, what's important with a lot of projects is they are built with what I would consider to be fairy tale income models based on unrealistic targets, based on unrealistic goals, and they try and use moon boy figures to kind of attract people in. This doesn't appear to be the case with Kunji Finance. Kunji Finance and a lot of DeFi platforms, because don't forget, the revenue model can be voted on by the DAO. All of these things be subject to change once the DAO, because the way a DAO works is, for those of you that have never used a DAO, anybody with one single share, or in some instances you need to have maybe 100 or 1,000, it doesn't matter. You can propose a vote on a project. So Brogan can say, you know what, I don't want an 80-20 split. I want a 70-20-10 split with 10% going to development, for example. Everybody else with a share on that DAO votes. You then need threshold 30, 40, 50, 60% to get your decision passed. Once it's passed, that's it. So that's all I'd want to say, is that the numbers and the revenue model are legitimate, and they're not what I would consider to be at the extreme end. The hopium it's not based on hopiumness. It's based on, so whoever's designed this has done it from a financial markets background. That's all I want to say. Now, the next element to this is, I believe, the roadmap.
Yep.
Where you're up to as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm on there.
Right. Okay, I've updated the everything as well.
Perfect. A roadmap. We believe in delivering value to our users through a phased product rollout process that prioritizes quality and user experience. Our roadmap is designed to build a strong foundation for our platform. All right. So let's go through it. Actually, I can make it bigger. So 2023. So quarter one. White paper launch. Okay, we've seen. Yeah. Okay. White paper launch. Architecture finalization. Community bootstrapping and feedback. Smart contract V1 development starts. So the foundation. The bones, the spine of the project.
Yeah.
V1. So in Q2, V1 audit completed. Market maker finalized. An early adopters program. Right. Okay. So this is when it starts to bring people into the project to try and You don't want to have 10 million people come and use your product, as you've released it, because things will pretty much always go wrong.
I'm gonna go now and try and catch up with you. So where exactly is the roadmap?
Are you on the docs?
Is it? I'm in docs. Yeah.
It's like a couple from the bottom.
I've got white paper, tokenomics, governance, contract, bounty.
On docs.kunji.finance.
Oh, let me go to the white paper. Oh no, I found it. It's on the roadmap. It's on the white paper. Yeah. I've got it up now. Right. Okay. It's just that I want to be on the same page as you as you're going through it. Okay.
Yeah, and then quarter three, IDO, exchange listing, and Kunji Finance public launch. Right. So this is pretty much what we've seen, because this is the public launch. We had the wait list on the main page. It's closed now. Within the official website, but I think we've pretty much seen these. We're in this quarter now.
Yeah, we're in quarter three, aren't we?
Yeah. End of quarter three.
So what you can pretty much determine from this is that the project has actually gone live on time.
Yeah, I think this is mainly just to give an example of they're not like slacking or anything. They're not not doing what they're saying. They're showing you they've shown their progress through what you can find on the website and the documents. And this is kind of just showing. I believe this is just showing what they wanted to do. And we're a week away. I think something like that. Week away from starting into quarter four.
Yeah.
I think this is just a nuance of going back and looking. They have done what they've said. They have done what they plan to do, which is always promising. This has been 9 months of work, and they haven't lied or anything. They haven't lagged behind.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's been 10 years, but it's still a substantial amount of time to stick. So they're not going anywhere, from what it seems like.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really give him much else.
No. Now I do want to bring up one thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I know I'm very conscious.
Yeah.
We overrun. So, but I did want to bring up one thing. Going back to what I was talking about with the DAO, and I was saying that you need a minimum number of tokens in some instances to put forward a proposal. Yeah. Well, the DAO structure of Kunji Finance is, of course, it's decentralized, it's transparent, it's a democracy. That's what it's supposed to be. But the important thing here is that for you to propose any changes or new developments, you need to hold 1,000 KNJ.
Right, okay, yeah.
So that's all it is. Now, what do you have? Is it 100 million?
In total, yeah.
So you've got 100 million tokens. You only need 1,000 KNG.
Yeah, and there's only if I go back to where was it again? It wasn't revenue. Was it governance? Oh, there's a governance panel. I wanted to go to the place. Is it tokenomics? Allocation. Yeah, the percentage of which going towards community or not community, etc.
It was 30 million.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? There's 100 million tokens.
40 million.
The community.
In community,
right,
yeah.
So
Obviously, I know these have different areas, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I don't know right now at this moment in time is what the actual price of the token is going to be.
I think somewhere I read it was like $1 equals 1 KNG. Let me try to go back to that.
Fine. So it's $100 million project. So you need $1,000 worth of KNG to make a proposal. That's a perfectly fair amount to ask.
I'm trying to find it. I don't want to lie. I don't want to like.
No, it's fine. It makes perfect sense. So while you're looking for that, I'll just say one thing. It works the same way that every other DAO that I've looked at works. You get 24 hours. It's normally a day or two to actually discuss the change that you want. And then you get 2, 3, or 4 days to actually vote on the proposal.
Right.
So it's pretty standard. There's nothing in this project so far.
Oh yeah, here is the voting. The 24-hour discussion period.
Yeah.
And then
nothing in this is a surprise to me.
No, I mean it seems very above the board, very regular.
Precisely.
Yeah, I can't see any problems with either.
They've done this the right way.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Now the next thing to look at, I believe, is we're going to have a quick look at the theme.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think this is something important.
It's
yeah.
at the
No,
bottom of the page.
If there's any text which might be important. Not really. Okay. Featured in. All right. Okay. Business standard. Financial Express. All right. So look at the leadership. Hold on.
Now, what I've done is I have picked out a couple of people for you to go and look at. So what I'll do, if you stay on that page and go to the top, I'll go through one of these. The two people I've picked out, by the way, are the first two, Vivek and Anurag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anurag is the CEO and founder. He has been around marketing strategy.
Can we go to LinkedIn? Can we go to LinkedIn?
Yeah. So we've had a good look at Anurag to make sure that he is you've got to make sure that the people behind these projects are legitimate and they've done what they've said. Now, in this case, he's got a very extended background. He worked at Zycus, which was a Fortune 500 company. He built Tenno. What was he at Tenno? Was he the was he the chief marketing officer? So he's done his time, as we say. So what happens is when before you become the CEO of a company, you normally pay your dues, and you pay your dues by working as head of marketing. Then you become maybe the chief marketing officer, and that's when you start to look at CEO positions. The same with finance. You become a finance controller, then you become the chief finance officer, then you can become a CEO. So Anurag has done his time, and this project is obviously the first opportunity he's had to build something from the boots up.
Yeah.
And that's important. I've looked at lots of projects where CEO is somebody that's worked for someone for 2 years, and then suddenly they become a CEO of a company. They have no background. They don't know what they're doing. You know this the thing about you go to work, you work 2 years, but you have the experience of 1 week because everything you do is the same.
Yeah.
So you don't really have 2 years experience. You have 2 years
doing the same thing every week for 1 week. Yeah.
Precisely, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so what you look out for when you look for someone to be the CEO or the CFO is you look for someone that's had 2, 3, 4 positions, and each one has gradually been a higher and higher position as they work their way up the ladder.
It'd be a bit, not concerning, but it'd be a bit interesting if, he started working up and then got to a critical role, and then came back down and fell, and then went back down to the lower roles. So it's good to see that he's came up and stuck to it, and is extremely more than capable. Of the position he's in right now.
Even if you look at Vitalik, and I'm not comparing Anurag to Vitalik, what I mean is, if you look at Vitalik, he's a programmer. He worked for Bitcoin magazine. He helped build Bitcoin, and all of that experience, and all of those mistakes he made, everything that happened, meant when he went to build Ethereum, he had a base failure to then build something on. So it's not good to go through life being 100% successful. You need to have failure in life, and that allows you to then grow in the future. So as far as I'm concerned, Vivek and Anurag, sensible, good, experienced people at the helm.
I do.
In my opinion. No, I've looked Vivek up on Twitter.
I've got his LinkedIn here.
Okay. Well, you can go through his LinkedIn.
I can send you his.
Okay. I can't see that, by the way. So
I don't want to. I don't scour LinkedIn as my main job, so I don't really want to pick anything out because But they're
Well,
veterans
basically,
in
all
terms
you-
of being in managerial roles and higher up roles. So you don't want some amateur.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want me being
Exactly.
the CEO all of a sudden. It's like I haven't really had an experience. Don't know what's going on. But with these guys, they've been doing it for time now.
Precisely. Right. So as far as I'm concerned,
For me,
the
yeah.
team gets a big tick. So before we get to the socials, I'm just going to do a quick recap. Then we're going to have, at the end, again, I'm very wary that we're going to overrun. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have the how to claim after we've looked at the socials, and then we're going to give our thoughts and what we think how well we think the project is going to do. So far, all I wanted to say is that so far, the project, tokenomics, the white paper, the revenue model, the roadmap, and the team are all, in my opinion, they all pass the test. They all pass muster. There's nothing here which I wouldn't recommend to people to use, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, are you made show the Twitter account? Because obviously we actually no, I don't. You're not. You're not our official account, so it doesn't matter, right? So just basically go through their socials. How many people are following them? What have they been tweeting about, that kind of stuff.
So they've got a considerably decent amount of people following. They've got 33,000 followers. That's pretty solid. A decentralized crypto, whatever. I like what they've done with the little location though. That's smart. When I clicked on Twitter, I noticed it. I saw the yellow. I was like, oh, that's smart. The location is jump in and a pointing finger, and the location and the link they provide are actually like one's on the left, one's on the right, so they're pointed towards their link tree or the links are. So that was very smart. I like that. Let's have a little scroll, see what they've been up to, see what's going on. Maybe not the media, but let's say. So pin. This is quite recent. We're excited to form that was 50 sold out on that place. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's good news. Alright, so some airdrops on Gale, apart from one right now.
Yeah. We do. I have, by the way, as we've been going through the stream, from time to time, I have been dropping the claim link into chat, so people can see where they can claim from.
Okay.
So, I mean, we don't really need to talk too much about the socials.
No, I mean, I
am trying to update the menu at the same time, and it doesn't seem to be happening. There we go. It's done.
Nice.
Right. Well, what we can do then, if you want, let's move on to how to claim.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I am concerned that we overrun. I'm just trying to check now and see how long we've been streaming for 45 minutes exactly.
All right, that's good.
So we're on time.
Yep.
So move on to how to claim. And then there's a few things I want to read out. I'm going to drop the link into the chat again, which I've just done.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to tell you something about this. Here we go. Okay, so there is an airdrop available to all Gate.io users, and that airdrop appears to be $180,000 worth of airdrop. VIP users, don't worry about anything on that. I'm reading from something else.
Oh, okay.
VIP users get 100% of the airdrops. Non-VIPs get airdrops in a lottery. Now, to enter the airdrop, you need to hold at least $10 of assets. You can't enter. Now, unfortunately, we can't enter from our location, but that doesn't mean that you can't enter from wherever you are watching from. In our opinion, this is something that you should probably enter. There's no reason not to. They're solid. The project looks solid. Everything looks decent. So let me just drop the link in again so everybody knows. There we go. Make sure to head over and claim. You know, there's a chat message limit on Gate.io, and I there's like a a 10-second delay before I can paste. Okay, so I've now dropped the link to you can go and claim Kunji Finance. We're in the middle of the launch. There are only 12 hours left, as far as I'm aware, of the launch.
Right,
So it started 11 and a half hours ago. There's 12 and a half hours left. Now, before we go, I've got some final thoughts, but do you want to go through your final thoughts first?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'll just say I'm extremely impressed with what I've seen today. Going through it, it's good to go through exactly. I said this halfway through, so make sure you go through it yourselves. That's probably one of the key priorities I want to take away from this. But going through the in depth, and analyzing the actual knowledge or the documents, for the ins and outs of it. I'm extremely impressed by the way they're going about this. Looking at the white paper and the reason they've done this, I completely agree with the reason. It's true. It's a huge gap in the market in terms of trying to do strategic investments, but in a decentralized manner. So I think this is a extremely positive and has a lot of potential going forward. And you're probably going to see this quite a lot, moving forward. But yeah, I mean, I just want to give an overall opinion, not much of a in-depth one, but yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So I'll come at it from the point of view of what we do here at Crypto Warehouse. And as many of you know that have watched our videos or watched our live streams, our motto is we're not here to make you rich, we're here to stop you from becoming poor. I sound like a stuck record when I say that all the time. Brogan must have heard me say that 100 times by now. I do apologise. However, what I mean by that is that we are always on the lookout for scam projects and projects which trigger red flags, which give us the opinion that something is not quite right.
Yeah.
So when I make my videos and when we review projects, we review the projects in an identical way to how we have reviewed Kunji today. So I'm going to spend 2 minutes just explaining what I think of each element of this. So first of all, it's built on Arbitrum. Solid platform, solid layer 2, sits on top of Ethereum. Big green tick from me for that. Tokenomics. I did manage to find the details about the project and tokens were going to be unlocked.
Right, okay.
One of the big things in rug pulls is that the tokens for the team and the investors are unlocked immediately.
Right.
And what happens then is it puts massive downward pressure on the tokens. In this instance, that is not the case. The team have a 2-year cliff, which means they're not going to be able to claim all of their tokens for until the end of the 2 years. The investors themselves also have a period of time where they cannot take their tokens out. That's, I think, a year as well. So the tokens aren't going to be dumped on from day one. That is incredibly important. So there's not going to be massive sell pressure when this token goes live. So that's a green tick number 2. The white paper is concise, it's clear, it's well written. Again, another green tick from me. Revenue model has been written by somebody with experience of how financial products work. So this gets a big green tick from me. The roadmap, one thing I will say is the project needs an updated roadmap. What you tend to find with projects is they'll have one roadmap, get to the end of it, and then there'll be a period of time where there is not one new roadmap. I had a project that I looked at 2 months ago, is in the same situation. They'd done the roadmap, they got to the end of it, but they hadn't released the next stage of the project. So for me, the only gripe I have about this project is it needs a new roadmap. And I am sure that Anu and Vivek are going to be releasing that in the next few weeks. The team are solid. The team have got experience. The team have come up through the ranks and they're now launching their own project. So hats off to them for that. They're going to do a good job. and socials. They're active. I have looked around. I've found a couple of websites that they own. I've looked through the details of those websites, and everything for me to do this project, I can't find anything to its detriment. Everything seems to be 100% above board. So as far as I'm concerned, this gets the Crypto Warehouse seal of approval.
Absolutely. We should have a little. Next time we do one, we should have a little animation we play, and it's like a stamp which goes across the screen, like an absolute proper approval.
That is a good idea. So if you are watching on catch up, make sure to check out the links on our YouTube stream. The first link on there will take you to a replay of this video, and from there you'll be able to join Gate.io and check out the KNJ token. The one question that we were asked during the stream that we highlighted was the fact that it is on CoinMarketCap, but of course, because it's not listed yet, there's no TA to do on this. We can't do our technical analysis on the project.
As much as I'd love to.
Sorry?
As much as we'd love to.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll come in the next few days. So that's the next thing that we might do. If we do a follow-up video to this, or if we put them into our show, we will do a follow-up video on the price action. So with all that being said, I think there's just a bit of housekeeping to do.
Yeah.
Make sure to check the link out that I have pasted into chat. It takes you to the claim page. We will be back tomorrow on Gate Live. The stream will be at 11 o'clock in the morning. Brogan and myself will be back. We stream nearly every day on Gate. I think we stream maybe 5 times a week now on Gate.io. So make sure to check us out. Make sure to check out Kunji Finance. Don't take our word for it with regards to this project. There are at least 15 links in our notepad that we've gone through when we've covered this project today. So what I would advise you to do is go and do the same thing. Go and find their website. Go and look at their tokenomics yourself. Do your own research. Don't take our word for it. Obviously, we've given it the seal of approval today, but go and do your own research and make sure you enter the claim, and we will see you in the morning. Any final words, Brogan?
No. No, I'm thanking everyone for joining. I think it'd probably be that, as I always do. Thank you everyone for joining, spending your time watching us and consuming our stream. If you did learn anything, or if your mind's changed, or you're like, oh wow, this looks like a really good platform, I'm going to check it out. That's all I ask for. That we influenced you in one way or another, as we are influencers.
Exactly, and make sure to give us a follow. That's also very important.
Click everything but the leave button, as we normally say. Everything but the close button.
Exactly. If you're on, like I said, if you're on YouTube, follow us on YouTube. But make sure you click on the Gate.io link and come over and follow us on Gate as well. And with all that being said, we actually, you know what? It's now, 6:30?
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be going live in about 11 hours' time. So you will hear from us again in 11 hours.
All right.
So thank you everybody for coming.
All right.
Greatly appreciated. See you next time.
All right, see you. Bye-bye. Let me get the right